All right, so this lecture is just on grades and grading for the course. I do this every semester because Carmen is absolutely abysmal at how it calculates grades. I think I found workarounds for most of its terribleness, but there is always something that crops up where it's like, why would you ever calculate it that way? Anyway, so this is just going to cover grades and grading. I encourage you to keep track of your own grades in the class because these are the formula that we'll use, and these are consistent with the syllabus. All right, so the grade scale is typical of OSU. A is a 93 to 100, A minus is 90 to 92, etc. I'll let you read these. These are also documented in the syllabus. I round grades in this class based on significant digit. So 0.5 and above is rounded up, less than 0.5 is rounded down. So if you had a 92.5, that rounds up to a 93, which would give you an A. If you have a 92.4, that rounds down to a 92 to a 92, and that gives you an A minus. And so those are the roundings I do. A lot of professors don't do rounding at all, but I'll do rounding based on the 0.5. So the weighting of your grades in the class. Packbacks, those 12 packback assignments that you have, I dropped 3, so that gives you 9. Those are worth 20% of your final grade. So after dropping 3 packbacks, whatever your average score is on all the rest of your packbacks, that's going to be multiplied by 0.2. That'll give me the packback portion of your final grade. Your quizzes are worth 20% of your final grade. I'm going to drop 3 of those as well, just like the packbacks. And so the average performance on the remaining quizzes will be multiplied by 0.2 to give you your portion of your final grade. And the tests are worth 60% of your final grade, and so the average performance on your test will be multiplied by 0.6. I don't drop any tests, just as a reminder, but that's covered in the syllabus as well. So your final grade is equal to your average on your packback percent times 0.20, the average quiz percent times 0.20, and then your average test times 0.60, and we add those together. So here are some example calculations here. So let's say student A received a 90% average on packback, a 95% average on quizzes, and a 75% average on tests. If you multiply those out, that comes to a 0.82, and then that gives them a B minus. Let's say student B received an 80% average on packback, an 85% average on quizzes, and a 92% average on tests. You multiply those things out, that gives a 0.882. That turns into a B plus. So a couple things to note here, right? Everything is kind of a portion of your grade, right? So everything you do in the class contributes to your final grade. But tests obviously are a larger contributor than either packbacks or quizzes. That said, you can be like student A, who did really well on packbacks and quizzes, and did less well on tests and end up with a lower grade than someone who did not as well on packbacks and quizzes but did better on the tests. Typically, we see a pretty high correlation between these. People who tend to do better on tests tend to do better on the packbacks and the quizzes as well. But that's just some things to keep in mind, right? So everything contributes to your final grade in this class. There's no real busy work in here, and they contribute in this manner. So extra credit. I do offer extra credit in this course as well, up to a maximum of 2% extra credit. So students can choose to earn extra credit by completing research studies through CREP, the Communication Research Experience pool. Basically, each credit you earn in CREP equals 1% of extra credit. There's going to be a CREP document on Carmen that describes this in more detail. If you've taken any comm classes before, you might have experienced this. But essentially what this allows you to do is it allows you to participate in research studies that are being conducted by faculty or graduate students here at OSU. And then your participation in those studies equals extra credit. So a research credit on CREP represents a number of hours of research protocols. So if you do 2 hours of CREP credit, you will get 2% extra added to your grade. And so that's the extra credit opportunity in the class. All right, more details on this, again, in the syllabus. Make sure you check out that document that's been posted to Carmen. All right, thanks.